Daily disciplines are important, but just having these disciplines isn't enough. We can get stuck in a rut if we continuously go about our daily routine unintentionally just because we need to get it done. Hey winner! I'm Gabe Cox of Red Hot Mindset, and I am glad you're here. My mission is to help you overcome your mental barriers in the race of life, and I make new videos every Wednesday about success mindset, dreaming huge, and crushing goals. If you're new to my channel, welcome! I hope you find what you need here. If you're already a part of the community, welcome back. I value and appreciate each of you. Our lives can be full of rushing from here to there and full schedules of activity and work. Our brains are on fast forward most of the time, and sometimes we forget to slow down and take the time to be intentional with our everyday tasks, responsibilities, or even fun. Daily disciplines are great and necessary as we work toward our goals. I'm a huge proponent of creating daily rhythms. Working out, praying and meditating, reading, journaling, and listening to success audios are all great and can drive you forward in life. However, how we choose to do these things will really play the largest factor in our momentum and growth. No one cares if you have daily disciplines and stick to them 100% of the time. It's not a bragging right. These disciplines, if done right, are meant to push us and move us and grow us. But if done wrong, they can become a crutch in our lives. They can become excuses as to why things aren't working in our favor because we assume we are doing everything right, and that just by doing these disciplines and checking them off, success will come. But that's not the case. We need to work on the intention around each discipline just as much as we work on the habit to create it. What matters more than the quantity is the quality of the discipline. A while back, I shared an acronym called W.R.A.P.S, W-R-A.P.S. That will easily remind you of the core disciplines that will aid in your personal growth. These are proven techniques or activities that most successful people utilize. The W stands for workout. R is for reading, A is for affirmations, P is for prayer or meditation, and the S is for success audios. I'll link the worksheet below that will help be a reminder. All of these practices are beneficial to growing yourself on a daily basis. But we can get caught in a rut, consistently doing these habits without results, if we forget to apply them to our lives and to be intentional with our time. Let's dive a little deeper into each of these. The W in W.R.A.P.S is for workout. Quality time working out, not just checklist time. It seems interesting to say quality time working out. Why does that matter? I'm working out. That's fine, right? But it does matter. I'll use running for example, since that's what I'm really known for. But we can go about our workouts running 5 miles a day at the same pace, and our body can actually become so used to that pace and duration that it doesn't produce the results that we're looking for. It's important to track what we are doing and to change it up now and again. If you're a runner, you'll want to consider changing up the pace or mileage during your weekly runs. Change up the workout by adding in a hill or a speed day. Do some runs with a walk-run mentality. Add in some speed intervals into your long run. There's so many things that you can do to change it up that your running can become a quality time and not just something that you have to do. And this actually works for any sport or workout. You can't continue to lift the same amount of weight week after week and expect outlandish results. You're not going to get big muscles doing that. If it doesn't seem like you're progressing, you need to change it up. Maybe add in a cross-training day where you'll get on a bike or go swimming or head to a fitness class. Just working out itself will make your day better. It will get your heart rate up and get your blood flowing and the muscles warm. But don't you also want to produce the results that you're looking for? Why are you working out? The R in W.R.A.P.S stands for reading. Quality time reading, not just checklist time. Reading is a key to change. Reading can expose us to our weaknesses and our strengths and helps build our character, our skills, our disciplines. However, if we're just reading to check it off the list, then we really aren't going to grow through it. Choose to read in a personal development book until you actually get something out of it. It could take you 10 minutes, a full chapter, or maybe even longer. But read until you make a click. Read until you change. And apply what you're reading to your life. You don't have to rush through a book. There's no reason that you have to finish a book in a couple days or in a week or 3 books a month or 10 books a year. Those are great goals. But if you're not getting anything out of them, if you're not applying it, then what does it matter? Choose to go through it as slowly as you need to so that you can retain what you're reading and you can use it to drive yourself forward. It's almost pointless to take the time to read if there are no intentions behind it. Yes, it'll make you feel good. Or yes, it can help you subconsciously. But you won't see lasting change until you read intentionally and apply what you are learning to your life. Let the reading work on you. Let it grow you and create change in your life. Don't just do it to check it off. Do it to change. The A in W.R.A.P.S is for affirmations. Quality time visualizing and dreaming, not just checklist time. This seems like a silly step, I know. If you're going to miss something in your daily routine, this seems like the obvious one not to do. However, I would make the argument that it's one of the most important disciplines on your list. It's crazy how what we say to and about ourselves actually can make a difference in our lives, but it can. If you don't believe me, I dare you to try it. Take 30 days to test it out and see what happens. Every day for 30 days. See how you feel about yourself. Do you believe in yourself a little more? Are you feeling a little extra confident? Are ideas or solutions popping into your head about the barriers that have been getting in your way and ways to overcome them? But it's not only important to speak your affirmations out loud. It's just as crucial to believe them. Take the time seeing yourself with or as the affirmation says. Visualize what it will be like when you become that quality or have that thing or hit that goal. That's what I mean by intentional. Speaking them is great, and it will help you a little even if you aren't taking the time to picture it, or even if you don't believe it yourself. But the true transformation comes with the visualization. Dreaming about what it is you want or who you want to become, and making a list of positive things to say about yourself, saying them, and then actually seeing yourself as that person. Intention is everything. The P in W.R.A.P.S is for prayer or meditation. Quality time with God, not just checklist time. Our quiet time is meant to be a fellowship time with God. He wants to build a relationship with us and wants to do things through us, but He can't if we're not willing to fellowship. It's a two-way street. It's just like a friendship. If all you did was listen and hear the complaints and all these things from your friend, but your friend never reciprocates and you never get to share with them, then it's not a true friendship. That's what God's looking for. He's looking for us to listen to Him just as much as He's listening to us. It's not just a dumping ground of negative. He loves hearing us talk. He wants to hear our prayers and our complaints and our frustrations, but He also wants to hear our praises, our gratitudes, what's going good in our lives. And He wants us to take that time to really dive into what He has for us. It's not about reading a quick devotional or a chapter in the Bible and checking off the list that we did it. Though those are great things to do, and I highly encourage it, fellowship is about taking the time to reflect on what it is that we are reading, trying to listen and learn through it, and opening up to God to let Him know our needs, our wants, our desires, our disappointments, our gratitudes, all of these things He wants to hear. The more quality time we spend with Him, the more real He will become in our lives. Consider using a journal and writing down your gratitudes, your prayer requests, letters to God, what you are learning, and so on. This doesn't just have to be a morning thing, but it's a great way to start your day. The S in W.R.A.P.S stands for success audios. Quality time listening and learning, not just checklist time. Another great discipline, and the letter S of W.R.A.P.S is listening to success audios. This could come in all different forms. Maybe you're listening to a personal development audiobook, or a podcast, or an online conference, or even a live conference. All of these things can go under that category of the success audio. Success audios are motivational in nature, and they help you to keep your mind in the game daily. So how do you become intentional in this habit? Step 1 is actually doing it, but step 2 is listening for things that will help you where you are right now. Become intentional listening for tips or ideas to help you break past that barrier standing in your way right now. Listen for hints on how to simplify any processes that you have so that you can focus in on what is most important. Gain insight as you listen for the struggle victory stories of others who were in a similar situation and were able to overcome it. Listen for clues as to how they did it. If you're not being intentional as you listen to success audios, it just becomes noise or background distraction. Don't let that happen. When you choose to listen, choose to be intentional about what you're gaining through it. So that's W.R.A.P.S. Working out, reading, affirmations, prayer and meditation, and success audios. We need to do those intentionally. We can't just check them off a list. But I'm adding a bonus discipline because it's one I find vitally important if you're a parent. Quality time with your kids, not checklist time. Your kids don't really care how much time you spend with them. Did you know that? What they want to know is when you are spending time with them, that it's quality time, not have-to time. They want to know that they are important to you and that the things they are going through in their life matter to you. Sometimes they want you to just be there, sitting near them, and sometimes it means putting your work aside so you can do an activity together, distraction-free. Again, we go back to the intentionality of things. Quality time with your kids means you are present in the time that you have. Set aside your computer or your phone, look them in the eyes when they're talking to you, intently listening when they share stories with you, and give them a sense of security and love as you make them feel like the most important person in the world in those moments. Life goes too fast not to take that time with them. It may only be 10 minutes out of your day, or maybe you get a little longer to spend, but ensure it happens. Don't treat that time solely as a checklist, something that you have to do. It should be precious time, and these are moments that you will never get back. Choose to avoid checklist mentality. Our daily disciplines are important, but just having these disciplines isn't enough. We can get stuck in a rut if we continuously go about our daily routine unintentionally just because we think we need to get it done. We need to check it off so we feel accomplished, right? What is your motivation? What are you trying to prove with it? I would assume our intention is to grow and move toward our goals that we have for our lives. But sometimes we can remain stuck where we are, even though it seems like we should be moving forward, because we aren't applying what we are learning to our lives. It's all great information. Reading and listening to success audios is great, but unless we do something with it or take the time to reflect on it, it's just more information going into our minds. Today's quote comes from leadership coach and author John Maxwell, and he says, "An unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. An intentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance." Checklists are a great habit to get you started. They help get you into motion and to remember what disciplines you are trying to create in your life. And that's good. Use a checklist to get started. That's okay. It's okay to check it off the list. But then consider frequently evaluating the reason behind the actions and look for ways to increase the intensity and focus of each activity. A great way to do this is to journal. You can write down your habit, why you're doing it, and what you've received out of it so far. Use it to evaluate if anything needs to change. For example, you have created a habit of reading 15 minutes a day, and that's great. It's become easy to you, and you are taking the principles you are learning and applying them to your life. Okay, it might be time to add to it. So instead of 15 minutes a day, maybe you do 30 minutes a day, and you change it up. this is a little bit harder for you and takes time to create that habit. Do it consistently and with intention and see what happens. Evaluate your progress and what you're getting out of each discipline. If you like today's mindset, give it a thumbs up, which is your best compliment. Don't forget to light up that subscribe button and share this video with others. Next week, I'm sharing about why it's important to live on the offense, especially on the road to recovery from injury. So hit the bell so you don't miss it. Dream huge, and remember, you are a winner. Just run your race. What are you doing?
I'm having like a snack or something.
Kate, well, hurry up. You just ate. You couldn't have waited? Love you. Bye.